Hello, and welcome to Rita's Roost in the Quilted Chicken Farm. Well, you know we've been doing that Sampler SewAlong, and the next pattern or quilt block that was drawn, one of them was Crazy House, and everybody said, "Oh, I'm going to make Crazy House," and the other block was the four-color card trick. And so I've been playing around with the four-color card trick. Now I don't know how long this video is gonna be, and I've started one back here. As you can see, it's kind of interesting looking, and the pattern comes from Delaware Quilt. And if you want the instructions, you can go find them and print them out. Does mine look kind of like that? I don't have it all sewed together yet, and I went through the scraps last night, and we're gonna cut another one and sew one. I'm just kind of gonna show you what to do if you want to know what to do. Now I've got my cutting board here, and I'm gonna have to go back and forth to the directions because I haven't made but one of them. Well, now you can't see the block up there. I tell you what, I'm gonna take that down, and I'm gonna finish. Should I finish sewing that before I cut one? Now you can kind of see. Maybe that'll work. But we're gonna take just a piece of scrap. The biggest block we're gonna cut is gonna be 5 1/4, and the second block will be. Well, I shouldn't give you the dimensions, but I'm just gonna tell you that's what I'm gonna cut it. Where's let me get my rotary cutter. And you'll have to go to your instructions. But this one, let me look. This one we're gonna cut it this way. I'm gonna line that up on that 45 mark and get the point there and the point there. I'll cut it that way. Then I've got a rotary mat which comes in handy, and then I'm gonna cut the other way. And in our block, this will make 4 little blocks, but we won't need them all in our block. So maybe if you're making a whole quilt. Now I've got 4 of those. So let's put them over here to the side. Let's put them right there for now. The next one, we're going to cut another one. We're going to have 4 colors in our little block. So this one's going to be a little bit smaller. Well, that side's not real square. Let me try the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on this one, let me measure that the other way too. Make sure I got it where I want it. And that'll work. Now on this one, we're going to cut it just like that. And we're only going to cut it one time. Now, I've got some more cut. Let me grab these others here. We're going to see if we can work this puzzle here in a minute. Because I'm going to have this red one. I'm going to have this pink cupcakes. I'm going to have this red snowman, and I've got this orangey yellow ladybug. So in just a minute, we're going to see if we can work the puzzle. But let's cut us some white ones. We need some white ones too. See what we can do here. Let me cut this selvage off. Got a selvage here. So I just want to get that out of the way. Oh, I think I need a new blade in here. I've got new blades if I just stop and put them in there. That selvage, you always need to cut them off and get them out of the way. If not, they'll accidentally end up in your quilt. They will ask me how I know, because I've done it. Cut this one. Just one or two strings, threads hold that sometimes. And when I was getting these pieces ready, I cut them just a tad bigger than what I needed. So I'm going to have to trim them up. That looks good. Now this one, we're going to do like we did some of that first one. Go corner to corner. And cut that. Turn it around. The other corner to corner. Can you see what I'm doing? And if they jiggle, I'll just put them back in place. Now, got 4 of those. Now let's see, got to cut. Let me look, I'm gonna read this one more time. We're going through this a little bit together. All right, we need 2 of the other one. Let me get my... Y'all gonna watch me make a fool out of myself. This one's just a little teeny bit smaller than that other one. I tell you, that knife is getting on my nerves. I'm gonna fix it before I do another video. I am. And I've got to trim some off. Now this one, I'm only going to cut this one time. Get that on the corners, right on the corner, right on the corner. And we saw it down through there so I get them strings cut. Now that's that one, but I need one more. And if you don't know your fractions on a tape measure or a ruler, it's a good time to learn them, because when you're making quilt blocks, you're going to need it. Need to know how to read it. How to read the eighths and the fourths. And I'm going to cut that one in half one time. Now, we got our pieces now. They'll come apart here. We got all our pieces for our card trick. That block right back there. We got those. We got these 4 right here. Man, I get confused. What did I do with that other one? Did I have another one like that? Rita, find your block. Yeah, here they are. Those 2. Those. Alright, it's puzzle time. Let's see. We're going to see. I'm going to move some of this stuff. And we're going to see if we can make that again. Alrighty. That's what we're going to do. Let's start with one. Let's start with this ladybug here. How about that? See if we can get it up there. We need the two bigger ones. We don't need all these pieces. We're going to need the two big ones and the two little ones. And can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. There's that part. Now let's grab us the white one. Put that one right there. And put a little white one right there. Well, that's going to get in the way. I'm going to run out of room. Let's do this pink one next. That's looking right. Let's see, where do I want this one? This one's gonna go right there. I run out of room. And let's put one of these over here in this corner. Now let's put our snowman next. Something wrong with it? No? Like that. Like that. Let me get out of the way so you can see. Boy, I'm a thinking here. There, like that. Let me see. That one's not right, is it? All right. Let me look again. I did it. One of the bigger ones. Now, what one's we're gonna put next? Let's put this red one next. 1, 2. Yep, that'll have all our colors in there. I'm looking. That one's gonna go right there. This one's going to go right there. Right there. And right there. Now let's fill in our white ones. Put a white one right there. A white one right there. Need one more white one. And there. We worked that puzzle. Now let's see if we can fix this one over here that I messed all up. Now this morning I sewed these pieces together. And they're like this one right there. That's what that is. So I'm gonna lay that right there. This one, this was the next row. And then the third row, whoops, Rita? Hey, I think I've got that figured out. What do you think? You think that's the way that's supposed to be? It looks okay to me. What do you think? And this center piece, I had to sew all them pieces. I sewed these two together and these two together. And then I sewed the long way and put them in there. But let's pick this one up and sew it together. Let's be real careful and not get them out of place. So we're going to move right here, and Maybelline's going to help us. Find me some cutting scissors. And I'm not going to pick up, I'm going to trim them little ears off just because I don't want them on there. There's that. Now I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to be real careful. You can't see it probably, but I sewed one wrong and I already had to rip one out this morning before I finished this video. Had some of those wrong. I'm going to sew this piece. And this is not a full tutorial. I'm just kind of giving you something to laugh at. Do you like working puzzles? Sometimes putting these blocks together is like working a puzzle. And I like to work puzzles. Here a couple years ago I bought some puzzles that were quilts and stuff. Now, and they were pretty. Now there's that. We're going to sew these. We're going to flip this and over and sew it. Now after I get them up there, I don't want to move them because then I'll get them all out of place again. And I had pre-sewed some of those. That's looking right. Where did I put that pattern? Did I lose it? It's underneath there. I was going to look at it one more time. I think it's all right. Oh, get under there. So now I've got 3 rows. So we'll start with this one. And I should be pressing just a little bit more on these as I go along. But I'm trying not to make this video too long. And I'm nesting those seams, and I'm not pinning them. If you're new to sewing, you might want to pin them. But I just kind of feel, and if they don't, and I'll tell you sometimes, if the one's a little long or one's a little short, I'll push and pull and try to get them just right. I'm not too bad at it, but I'm not a perfectionist. Now there's that part. That looks right from here, don't it? Let's turn this one over here. I'm going to pick it up this way. To the end. Oh, let me find something to sew it onto, and I'm gonna me little ender here. The moment of truth. There's a card trick. I think it looks right. You guys look at it and tell me if you see something wrong with it. I think the hardest part, kind of the hardest part, like I said, you'll have to work it like a puzzle. You know how you gotta, when you work at a puzzle, you'll look at the picture and look at the pieces and then put them where they belong. This card trick's kind of like that. And probably, to me, I don't know, but I wouldn't start with these blocks right here in the center. Let's put that, we're going to take that one. I'm going to, because that's where I made the mistake once on this morning and had to rip it out. Because those middle ones, they're going to look like that. And I think I had done something wrong. But that goes right back, right there. Then let's pick up this one. Now let's put it back in the puzzle. Back in the puzzle. Up, I did that right. And these pieces, you'll just kind of pick them up and sew down the long side. And be careful not to pull them and stretch them out of shape much. To kind of challenge you to try this one because it's kind of fun working your brain to make it do like it's supposed to do. Let's put that one right back there. Now this piece we'll sew these two together and then we'll sew it down along this way. We can do this. I didn't know that I wanted to, but now that I've started it, I think it's kind of fun. And that'll go right there. And the next piece, we'll turn that one over there and sew it onto that, and then put it back up there. And if you don't have a wall like this, at least lay it out on your table beside you where you can look at it. All right, I've did this long enough. I can do it and you can do it. Okay? Let's measure it. It's supposed to be 12 and a half. Reckon I got 12 and a half? Let me find me here we go. 12 and a half block. And it's not all pressed out. So I'll 12 and a half. That's pretty good. Let me tell you one funny before I go. I had the little grandkids down here yesterday, and their mama come to pick them up, and I put Millie's coat on her. That's the oldest one. She's 2 and a half, or 2 and 9 months now, I think it is. And we were putting the coat and stuff back on the little baby, who's only 9 months old. And while we were putting the coat on the little baby, Millie was picking up something and putting it in her pocket that was laying on my table. And come to find out, she was picking up my truck keys and putting them in her pocket. Now, if she'd have picked up them truck keys and put them in her pocket and I hadn't have noticed it, they'd have been lost, and I would have thought I'd lost them. It wouldn't have been me. It'd have been the granddaughter, wouldn't it? Y'all have a blessed day. I hope you try this. The link, I'll post the link. It's Delaware Quilts Block of the Month, and this one is the four color card trick. Bye, y'all. Love ya.